I guess because I'm sitting here in front of you based on stupidity, I would say don't be afraid of your own stupidity. I heard, because I loved movies but wasn't trying to be a filmmaker, and when I finally decided to make a movie, it was really because I was waiting for someone to make a movie out of a play of mine. They'd optioned it, and I sat around for a year waiting for them to make it, and I was like, this is insane. How can I? And I could have done the play 3 times in this amount of time. And during that period, I started looking more closely at how films were put together, not just enjoying them and being able to say, I could talk about that thematically or those characters, but to be able to say, this is how people put them together. And I started to hear all these stories of people who went to Sundance and used $25,000 on credit cards, or they did it this way, or they sold their body to science, and I started going, well, God, I can get $25,000 together, not knowing that it would take another $100,000 eventually to get it on the screen, with the post-production. If I'd known that, I never would have done it. I would have said, I can never raise $125,000. I guess I'll just have to forget about it. But by thinking it was 25, I was able to get it shot and get a rough edit of it and get into Sundance, and then finding that next bit of cash was easier because they had something that they could look at. And it didn't seem as cold and mean on the page. I mean, had a certain meanness to it, a cruelty, but it didn't seem as, inhuman as it did when they read it. They probably would have never greenlit it themselves, but when they could look at it and go, oh, okay, that's interesting, then they were willing to put money in and get the thing, into a print where I could take it to Sundance.